Good morning everyone, and welcome back to another video out in Florida. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lisa, and if you're returning and still supporting me, thank you so much. Can't say just how much I appreciate you lovely subscribers and your dedication to my channel, your lovely comments. It is greatly appreciated. So this morning we're actually traveling about an hour and a half down the road to Kennedy Space Center. I've not actually done this since I was really young, and looking on the website, it has just changed so much. It doesn't even look, anywhere near like it did. So yeah, really excited. My husband and the kids have never ever been, so it'd be really nice for them. It says on the website to allocate 6 to 8 hours to see everything, so it's going to be a long day. I'm wearing a t-shirt and some sports leggings today. I'm a little bit worried that I'm going to be warm, but it's lots of walking. I want to wear my trainers. I want to be comfortable, and hopefully a lot of it is going to be inside with aircon. There is what looks like to be a bus sort of tour, which looks like it takes nearly 2 hours. I'm not sure if that's right. When I read it on the website, I just thought, oh my god, that's like really long. But I'm going to bring you along for today so you can see the whole of Kennedy Space Center. We've got about an hour and a half there, so I think we are going to be stopping for breakfast somewhere, and I'm also going to utilize that time to carry on editing a video that I've started. So yeah, really excited, and obviously I'm going to bring you along. This ranks as a number 1 for breakfast. Never ever tried it. Okay, Waffle House, I think I'd give a 5 or 6 out of 10. Didn't think it was that great. Prefer Bob, but yeah, okay. Kennedy Space Centre. It took ages to get in, to activate the ticket. I must have been queuing about 30-40 minutes, so not a great start. But we're in now. I think it's just gone 12, and we're going into the Heroes and Legends United States Astronaut Hall of Fame.
You know, I have a lot of heroes. What was my hero? Your hero.
She inspired me to be a good person. My hero is Shirley Temple.
I think my hero would be Winston Churchill. I can do whatever I want to do.
Push me to be a better person.
Well, everybody that plays into a person's life contributes something and is a hero in some way.
Well, to actually be a hero, I just think you've got to...
You need to be smart.
They'd be brave.
You're both the only people to be a hero.
About space.
Dacche decolla, mai. Non c'è poi chance di decollare.
And now we're going to come back.
And they're always asking, what, why?
And you think you would be nervous, but I think it's the confidence that you gain from the training that allows you to really focus on the job and not focus on nervousness.
The training I thought was extremely well done. I'll say it was extraordinary.
The whole concept of training for an astronaut is do everything on Earth in a safe environment so that when you go out in space, there's nothing that shows up that you don't expect. I don't think so.
On the ground and up on the left side of the wall, on the ground.
Absolutely dead.
It's training. The whole right stuff is really just...
How cool is that? Oh my god, it goes on and on and on. Now hopefully you're going to catch a bus tour. We've just come off that, I'm not even sure what it was, but it was basically a 360 sort sort of video, but I wasn't allowed to film, unfortunately. Yeah, we're going to try catching this bus. Online it says 2 hours, but I'm not sure if that is true. But we'll see.
What else do you get 2 sheets of hot chocolate.
Busiest week of the whole entire year. I hope you brought your patience. My name is Sandra and I want to welcome you on board on behalf of NASA, National Aeronautics Space Administration. On this for today, I'll be taking you directly to the Apollo Saturn V centers. Along the way, we will pass the vehicle.
We have pondered our place amongst the stars since the dawn of humankind. We've looked at the stars with wonder and amazement, their glow guiding our travel for centuries. The more we learn about our universe, the more questions we have.
I'm Emily Calandrelli, and today you'll be following me behind the gates on this exclusive bus tour of Kennedy Space Center. Our journey will take us past active facilities and end at the visitor complex's own Apollo Saturn V Center.
But before we begin this journey, just like every NASA mission, our #1 goal is to return home safely. A billion ping pong balls to fill it. It was built in the 1960s for the Apollo program. Every Saturn V rocket that sent humans to the moon was assembled right here. Every space shuttle mission also assembled within these same walls. After the space shuttle program, a major renovation to the inside of this building began.
Elisa, next time. Watches the vehicle assembly building, so I call him Snoopy. But back to the crawler, you're going to see that right here on the right, just behind these small white buildings. And then to the left of that, you're going to see a platform up on pedestal. Where SpaceX launches some of the Falcon 9 rockets and all of the Falcon Heavy rockets from.
Almost slipped away. It was January 27th, 1967. Astronauts Virgil Gus Grissom, Edward White, and Roger Chaffee were on board Apollo 1 for a plugs-up test, a full-scale dress rehearsal for the actual launch. Suddenly it happened. There was a fire in the capsule. 3 men whose lives had been in our hands were lost.
Surely the opening vistas of space promise high costs and hardships, as well as high reward. But this country of the United States was not built by those who waited and rested and wished to look behind them.
It was being called the space race. When I was a kid, I used to dream about flying through space. Every week on TV, I'd watch my heroes as they jumped into their rocket ships and took to the stars. And I wanted to be like them. They had courage, imagination, and no problem ever stood in their way for long. You know, in the end, when we actually did send men into space, it turned out that those were exactly the qualities it took.
I'm John Hudson. This is Pad 39 at the Kennedy Space Center. I was a launch controller here when from this very spot, man took off to fly to the moon. It was a journey that began 12 years before that rocket ever left the ground. And it started on the other side of the world.
Back then, we were one of two superpowers that always seemed to be on the edge of a terrible war. In 1957, the Soviet Union launched the first ever man-made satellite into Earth orbit. They called it Sputnik, which means traveling companion. In a world where peace hung in a delicate balance, it seemed to create a dangerous advantage. Every ham radio operator in America could hear it beaming. People were afraid. Were the Soviets looking down on us? Watching us? If they could make a satellite pass over our cities, could they do the same with a bomb?
This is the firing room. Launch control for the Apollo missions. This is not a mock-up. These are the very consoles we sat at when men first took off to fly to the moon. The tragedy of Apollo 1 had put us a year and a half behind. We were making up for it in one big leap, and we were doing it with a rocket that no man had ever flown before.
It was a few days before Christmas 1968 when Apollo 8 sat on the pad. She was the first of a new kind, a moon rocket. This was the Phoenix, risen from the ashes of Apollo 1. The first Apollo crew did not die in vain. This was to be their testament. "36 stories high, she had been fully fueled throughout the night. The liquid oxygen in her tanks caused ice to form on the outside of the craft. The extreme temperature differences between the air and the sub-zero fuel caused the metal skin of the rocket to expand and contract. Everyone who was on the pad agreed. It was as though the rocket was alive, breathing, straining at the leash. Earlier in the morning, astronauts Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, and Bill Anders had made their final preparations before taking that long ride out to the waiting spacecraft. The minimum safe distance from a Saturn V at liftoff was 3 miles. The reason was simple. When fully fueled, the rocket contained the explosive power of an atomic bomb. As the clock counted down, the astronauts and all of us, you are now in the final minutes before the launch of Apollo 8, right here where it actually happened. Mankind is about to leave his planet behind and journey to another. It is one of those rare moments when history is not being made, destiny is being embraced.
This is launch control, T-minus 3 minutes and counting. We've completed our communications checks with the Apollo 8 astronauts in the cabin, and the communications are go. During this period, once we do get the firing command, the various tanks within the 3 stages of the Saturn V launch vehicle begin to pressurize. We have firing command. The firing command is in. We are now on the automatic sequence. T-minus 2 minutes, 20 seconds, and counting. Our status board indicates that all aspects are ready. Instrument unit is ready. Spacecraft ready. Final check of the emergency detection system. That ready light also on. First stage preparations are completed.
All systems are ready, okay.
Okay, keep going. We're on. Ready to go to ground bay. Stand by, motor. Okay, you're on.
All systems go.
1 minute 45 seconds and counting. The first stage liquid oxygen tank has been pressurized and the pressure is still building up. Coming up in 90 seconds, mark, T-minus 90 seconds and counting. The Apollo 8 crew standing by, spacecraft commander Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, Bill Anders. We now report that the liquid hydrogen tank on the 3rd stage is pressurized, 1 minute 15 seconds. All 3rd stage propellants pressurized at this time as we come up on the 60-second mark on the flight to the moon. T-minus 60 seconds and counting. The vehicle now is completely pressurized. We're coming up on a power transfer shortly. We have the power transfer. We're now on the flight batteries within the launch vehicle. Final reports coming from Frank Borman at this time. Final look at the switch list aboard the spacecraft. 20 seconds, all aspects, we are still go at this time. T-minus 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. The engines are on. 4, 3,
Oh my gosh. Wow. That is real. Oh my gosh. It's huge.
It's way too much fun. It's mini.
Okay, I'm going to actually walk under this beast now. This place is definitely a must-do. So worth the money. I'll pop up on the screen what I paid, and it also included a $15 meal credit for everybody. So I think really good value for money. There's a shop over there. I think I've lost everyone. I don't know where they are. I think this is like a mini model. It's mad. I've not been here since I was really young, and I do not recognise literally anything that I'm seeing. It's just changed so much. Look at the size. Wow. Oh, I find this stuff so interesting. So we've just caught the bus here, and then you've just seen that show, and now we catch the bus back, and obviously there's more to do when we're there. Incredible. Hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. Sweatshirt, which is $50. Like the colour. Lots of toys. One of these ones got space helmet. So cute.
Wait, I think that's what that is. I think the Mars one is like the Mars floor.
So we must have all.
This thing house. And most elevators don't go far. Right?
Something great together. In a way, the modern communications technologies are making Earth feel like a smaller place. And while they are bringing us closer together, they are also enabling us to look further beyond our horizons. The journey starts here.
This is a wildlife refuge. We have federally listed scrub jays and federally listed beach mice. There's probably some watching us right now. And so we provide that data to them so they know how to manage the land in the best way.
What are some of the more recent projects you've worked on here?
The most exciting new project that we have, and it's not really new, it started in 2010, but it's been ongoing since then, is our Created Dune project. We were having problems with when there are bad storms, hurricanes, which we get a fair amount. It was destroying our primary dune here, and we were getting washover that was getting closer and closer to facilities. We created dunes and took lots of sand and spread it out and piled it up and planted it with native vegetation.
Oh yeah.
Now after we pass these few sets of poles, if you look at the big, long, tallest tree that I'm coming up to, right in the middle is the new eagle's nest. They built it about 2 years ago. The eagles are around, they're not in there right now, but that's the new nest.
So you can see there's a launch pad right here, the ocean's right there, and the dune is protecting it.
Right.
Well, Becky, thank you so much for teaching us how nature meets technology here at Can we expect to see her today?
We have have lots and lots of different kinds of wildlife. We have over 400 species that occur out here on the Space Center. Look in the ditches and you'll see lots of wading birds, tall herons, egrets, ibises. There's several species of those, and I can pretty much guarantee you're going to see some of those. We have bobcats, raccoons, all kinds of animals.
Now, what is your role as a wildlife ecologist?
One of the main things we do is support operations. So people always think, oh, that's launch. Well, Kennedy Space Center is big and we have a lot of employees. It's like a city. We have lots of roads, we have lots of buildings. And so there's lots of maintenance and construction. So anything that might impact the habitat or wildlife, we have to go out and we check it out. And we work with the project managers to make sure that animals aren't harmed. Gopher tortoises are notorious for this. They go places where they shouldn't be, and sometimes we have to move them. We also
On its return to Earth, rather than splashing down in the ocean, Starliner deploys airbags around the desert of the western United States.
It's literally the same thing, bro. You made it the same thing.
American-made human-rated capsule to have landed on land. On September 4, 2015, Boeing opened its commercial crew and cargo processing facility in what was formerly the orbiter processing facility for the Space Shuttle program. This building you'll see adjacent to the VAB boasts a large, colorful mural of the Starliner in orbit. The commercial crew program is allowing private companies to design in the most efficient and cost-effective way, while NASA engineers offer oversight and expertise. While these companies focus on providing transportation services to and from low Earth orbit, NASA is freed up to focus on deep space missions.
See at 9.
Just about to see a gator. Just ordered food from this Orbit Cafe and it is absolutely heaving and manic with people, but we do have our $15 credit. So I've got a crispy chicken sandwich, fries and a drink. We think it's a ride called Gateway. Hope it is anyway. Oh yeah, departures. Babes, I think it's there, it says departures. Okay, we think this is a ride. I'm hoping I'm gonna like it. Got no clue what it is. Food was actually quite nice, although waited a very, very long time for it. It was actually okay, and that came with our ticket. We all had $15 meal credit, and that basically covered our meals. I think we only had to put, altogether maybe about $5 towards it. I did forget to film my food because I waited so long. I was starving, and yeah, rammed it down my chops. I think we're going over there, departures. $25.
screw in the overhead deck box. Then when you're ready to strap it, take the wire thread.
Still have no idea what this is. I'm presuming we'll have a screen in front of us.
Activate viewport.
You're about to embark on one of the most exciting adventures in the universe, a visit to another planet. On today's tour of Mars, you'll see the red planet's rugged beauty firsthand and encounter one of its early robotic explorers.
The ship is ready for launch, Commander.
Thank you, pilot. LV,
oh my God.
In 30 years, your go for making it to start. 3, 2, 1, liftoff.
From the Lunar Gateway on our way out. The Gateway was our first real step towards deep space exploration. It serves as a staging ground for missions to the Moon's surface and to Mars. Lunar Gateway, this is EOS. Contact EOS. You are clear for orders. Course laid in for our planetary neighbor. In the early days of the rover program, this journey used to take about 7 months. Welcome to Mars. The dusty red planet we know today didn't always look this way. A couple billion years ago, Mars was mostly covered in water. The mystery of what happened to Mars water is a big part of what the researchers at the Mars Outpost are studying. If we can understand what caused Mars climate change, we might be able to better care for our own planet. That big gouge in the surface is a canyon called Valles Marineris. It's about 5 times as long and 4 times as deep as Earth's Grand Canyon. We're coming up on Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in the solar system. It stands 3 times higher than Mount Everest and is roughly the size of the state of Arizona. Martian Outpost, this is EOS. Contact EOS, you are cleared for approach. Today we'll be visiting one of Mars' pioneer explorers. The Perseverance rover arrived at the planet in the year 2021. Before we had people at the outpost searching for Martian life, rovers were our primary tool to study the planet. They have ranged boldly through this alien landscape to test new technologies and uncover evidence of Mars' warm, wet past, including minerals formed in ancient water and the chemicals necessary to support living microbes. Perseverance's mission was to seek signs of ancient life and collect rock and soil samples to be returned to Earth for study. It also arrived with the Ingenuity helicopter, the first test of powered flight on another planet. With each successful test and discovery, Perseverance and Ingenuity brought us closer to getting boots on Martian soil.
Commander, a dust storm appears to be forming over the crater.
Visibility's dropping. We're going to stay low to avoid any damage to our heat shields. Martian dust storms pose a real problem for equipment like solar panels. A planet-wide storm caused the demise of the Steadfast Opportunity rover back in 2018. But now, it's time to make the journey back home. To a world still lush with water and life.
EOS Mission Control, welcome back. Your approach is free of arriving traffic. Clear for landing on LC-73.
EOS copy. person at the outpost. The exploration of Mars is full of exciting possibilities.
Enjoy that, Isla. Oh, don't you think it was exactly like soaring? Huh?
That one's better.
What, better than soaring?
No.
Oh, what? I thought that was like soaring, I loved it.
Where's the one where you
Okay, next up is Space Shuttle Atlantis, which we think is a ride or simulator, something like that. Give it a go. It's nice they've got Christmas decorations up. Idea what this is. The sky calls to us. Looks like it could be a bit of a queue. We were just saying it doesn't actually give wait times, which isn't necessarily helpful. Real Atlantis, everyone, that actually went up into space. It's incredible. This thing is just humongous. Utterly amazing. I've actually got red battery flashing now, so I'm probably going to end this video here. I hope you've really enjoyed it. Look around the Space Centre. I've just enjoyed it so much. Good morning, everyone. I've come out to the Loop this morning, and first stop is going to be Old Navy. See if we can get any bargains. I don't know. Old Navy is, I'd say, my most favourite clothing shop in the whole of the US for me. I've been buying clothes here ever since we came and I just love it. I think a lot of their clothing, got quite a few dresses from here, including one that I'm actually wearing. I find that they're really flattering in shape. Got lots of things on sale. I'll show you the dress that I bought the other day, which I really like. Don't know if you can see it. Stop is Kohl's. Basically a department store, and they've got a Sephora in there as well. Definitely need to look around the clearance. So we've got a Sephora over there, and it's basically like a huge department store. And at the back they've got like a homeware section as well. That's cute. How much? They're saying it's still $24.99, but I don't believe that because it's Christmassy stock. Oh, they're cute. Oh, strawberry shortcake. $19.99. They are so sweet. Wow, look at that first suit jacket. Or you could have an Alf. Still $39.99. I don't think so. Okay, first stop before I do anything is the restrooms. One thing I love about America is most shops have a restroom, and it's just makes life so much easier. One thing I love about the US is they always have my two favourite colours, which is coming up a lot brighter on camera. This like really nice sort of foresty green, and then the magenta, which is really hard to find in the UK. They always have it here, and they are just my two favourite colours. Let's just buy the two sweatshirts I showed you in the green and the light magenta. We're just going to Ross now. I'm walking, my husband's going to move the car, and then there's another side to this, so we're going to try going to that side as well and see what's over there. Got lots of the Dr. Teals that they use. I think I might have to get that. That's reduced to $2.49. That is going in my basket. I'm not going to be able to film too much of me talking because the music is very, very loud. But I will show you a little bit of what Florida Mall is like. First stop, I think, Gap. It's great because there's sales everywhere at the moment. 75% off. Music to my ears.